Hey guys, so I've got another book review for you guys today, and this one I'm reviewing is called Luminous by Jasmine, Angell, and that's the cover of it if you can see. I don't have the physical book because I actually got this book on my iPad, and so I read it on my iPad. So I don't have the physical book to actually show you guys. But this book I really, really enjoyed. Um, Interesting thing about this book, it did take me a while to read it because I had started reading it in May as part of Mermaid May because it is a mermaid book. So I started reading it at the beginning of May and I just finished it today. And it's not because of anything to do with the story. The story is great and I loved it. I just have a hard time reading on my iPad. I don't know why, but I really prefer having an actual physical book in my hand versus reading on my iPad. I don't read on my iPad very often, except for maybe at night before I go to sleep or whatever. So that's why it took me like 2 months to read this book. But it was actually really, really good. It was really interesting. And from beginning to end, it really does keep your interest. And if I actually had the physical copy of the book, I probably would have finished it within a couple days, maybe, or maybe sooner, if I actually had the physical copy. But I looked on Barnes & Noble and Amazon, and the physical copy of the book, just for the paperback, well, they don't have a hardcover to begin with. But for paperback, it was like $21 on Amazon and $22 on Barnes & Noble. So I'm like, what the heck? Why is this book so much? But it was $2 on my iPad, so that's why I got it on there. Anyway, so basically, what this book is about, I'm just going to read the synopsis from the book, because I would try to explain it without reading the synopsis, but I would be rambling off everywhere, so it's easier to just read this. What would you do if the world you love was taken from you forever? And what would you sacrifice to get it back? A powerful race of beings lives and works among us, and we don't even know it. To us they are known as mermaids, sirens, and water nymphs, but they call themselves the sign. They have lived on Earth since ancient times, wield powerful magic, and have only one weakness: love. When signs suddenly start disappearing around the globe, the remaining equators, which the equators is what the sign call themselves, the remaining equators are evacuated to their home world, and a ban is placed on Earth. Aloria, a devoted servant to the Sign Council, can't abide abandoning the missing eight, and with the help of her longtime friend Siobhan and a subversive member of the Vinvian sign named Adante. I don't know if I'm saying any of their names right, because the names are kind of weird. Alaria, Adante. Anyway, she embarks on a harrowing rescue mission to uncover who or what is powerful enough to subdue her kind. What Aloria discovers will cause her to question her loyalties, re-examine her dual nature, and will shake the very foundations of the truths her society holds dear. So, basically, if I could find a way to sum that up, but basically, the sign, some of them, are on Earth. They start to go missing, and the council of signs declare that Earth is now banned. No one can travel to Earth because they don't want any more signs going missing. And sign is the way it's spelled. It's Psyne. So I think I'm saying it right, but anyway. So basically, I thought the book was really good. I loved the world the author created. The world was so captivating and interesting, and all the rules that went along with the sign society and what they could and could not do. It was just like the world was amazing. The world that was built was amazing. I thought the story was really creative and original. It's definitely unlike any mermaid story I've ever read. It's really got a unique quality to it, so I would definitely recommend this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and I would definitely recommend this book to anyone. And the main characters in this book, most of them, with the exception of one character, most of them are like in their 20s or older. So young adult can read this book, but with the characters being a little bit older than the young adult population generally is, it can appeal to, adults as well. And so, anyway, so the characters, I'll talk a little bit about the characters. I really loved all of the characters. Ilaria, her determination and stubbornness, Adante, Gavin, they're all amazing characters. I really loved Nessa, which is Duncan's 12-year-old niece, who basically is with Ilaria and Adante and Gavin throughout the whole story. They're basically like taking care of her while trying to find that the missing sign and everything else that's going on. And Nessa, I may be a little bit biased because her name is Vanessa, which is my name, so it's probably why I like her so much. But she's this shy, quiet little kid, but like she's full of light. And so, I don't know, I just really liked her character. Also, so one of the things I should probably explain before I get into this is one of the rules that the sign have is they can't have any relationships outside of friendships or mentor-student relationships, which means no romantic relationships especially, and no familial relationships either. So all the sign, they're all women, and they produce asexually, so they all produce one egg, I guess, or one sign throughout their whole lifetimes. But the identity of that sign that they give birth to or whatever is kept hidden from them because the council doesn't think it's good to have that mother-daughter type of relationship, or basically any relationship other than friendship is seen as not good, especially romantic. And so for this story, of course, you obviously know there's going to be a romantic relationship in the story since it's forbidden everything. you have to have a forbidden love in every story, don't you? And so Gavin and Adante are the two couples, couple in the story that fall in love, and they sort of have to keep their relationship quiet and secretive, because the other thing is a sign, if she chooses to, she can choose to become human, because signs are half human, half magical. So they can choose to become human and give up their immortality. But of course, the council sees that as, terrible, because if they give up their immortality, they're eventually going to die, and that's a waste of a life, is how the council sees it, and that's not good. So the council has these sign called baby, I think, and their job is to find any sign who who becomes a defector, which means they give up their immortality, become human, find them, and basically force them to turn back into sign. And so, of course, because of that, if anyone found out about Gavin and Adante's relationship, they would, force them to separate or whatever. But I found myself really rooting for them. I'm like, yes. But anyway, I found myself really wanting things to change and to actually work out for them, for some way for them to be together. So let's see. Another thing with this book is it had a lot of action in it throughout the whole book. There's a ton of action scenes, which I love books that are very action-packed. And so I loved all the action that was in the book, and that's what really keeps you captivated and keep wanting to find out what's going to happen next. And there were parts in the book where, they would get trapped or captured and something would happen, and you start to see them finding a way out, like planning an escape or whatever, and then something happens that totally foils their escape plan, and something else happens, and it's so good how you never know what to expect, because you're like, okay, they're gonna get out of this, they're about to escape, they're gonna escape, and then nope, something happens that just throws them right back to where they started, and you never know what's going to happen at that point. So I really like that. I really like that it just kept you guessing and wondering what's going to happen. This is the first book in the series. The second one, I think, comes out, I think it said summer 2014, so this summer. So I'm excited because I really want to read the second one. Because just the way the first one is, it doesn't leave you off with the major cliffhanger ending. Like, it wraps up pretty nicely in the end, but there's more to the story. The way it ends, there has to be a continuation, even though it does wrap up kind of nicely. So I'm just excited to see what happens next and what's going to unfold. So I can't wait for the next book. But anyway, those are my thoughts. I really love this book. Think you guys should definitely give it a chance. Pick it up, read it. Let me know in the comments below if you do get it and read it. What did you think? What did you like? Didn't like? And I will see you guys next time with another video.